She did defiance.
The ladies not for turning.
She did direct.
No, no, no.
And when she chose, there was femininity alongside the steel.
Where there is doubt, may we bring faith, and where there is despair, may we bring hope.
Her longest-serving cabinet member remembers it this way.
Her style was essentially a determination not to be driven off course. Her phraseology, there is no alternative, the ladies not returning, demonstrated a clear determination to see tough policies through.
Margaret Thatcher grew up here in Grantham, a solid, uncomplicated English market town. And the values that she learned here shaped her entire political ideology. Her father, a pillar of the community, ran a corner shop. Now a herbal medicine store, a modest plaque on the wall is all that testifies to its small place in history. Margaret Roberts, as she was born, lived with her parents and sister above the family grocery shop. She had the honour of serving as her school representative or head girl in her final year before she went up to Oxford, where she studied chemistry. But it was her father who was her biggest influence. It was he who impressed upon her the wrongs, as he saw it, of living beyond your means, a lesson she took to heart.
One of the most immoral things you can do is to pose as the moral politician, demanding more for health, for education, more for industry, more for housing, more for everything. And then when you see the bill, say, no, I didn't mean you to pay tax to pay for it. I meant you to borrow more.
I think she was the woman for the moment. We'd had the winter discontent, we'd had wildcat strikes. We really needed a strong leader, and that's what we got.
For today's Conservative ladies of Grantham, Margaret Thatcher is a source of great pride.
She had such a wonderful code for life. You know, you've got certain rules and regulations and the way you conduct yourself, manners, this sort of thing. She was a great icon of those things, which I think are missing now.
Great Britain became great again through Margaret Thatcher.
Divisive, though.
Divisive, definitely, because there are a lot of people who do not like having things taken away from them, and they don't like change. But she had a job to do, and she did it.
This government of principle is seeking the common consent of the people of Britain to work together for the prosperity that has eluded us for so long.
Mrs. Thatcher's economic priority when she came to power was to squash the twin menace, as she saw it, of trade union power and high inflation. The result was soaring unemployment. Neil Kinnock, the leader of the opposition during most of Margaret Thatcher's time in office, accepts that change was needed, but believes she was overzealous and misguided.
You can't make an omelette without smashing eggs, but you don't have to break the shells by throwing them against the wall. And Mrs. Thatcher was of the throwing them against the wall school. She actually believed, or eventually persuaded herself to believe, that there was a spurring, galvanizing consequence of inequality, which meant that inequality had to be tolerated and, if necessary, worsened in order to shape a new and more vital and vigorous economy and society.
So he gave me a lift back.
When the going got tough, as it inevitably did over 11 years in office, she had husband Dennis, a successful businessman, and their two children, Carol and Mark, to rely on. She was always quick to pay tribute.
I think it's critical for a person in this very grueling job to have total support of the kind which I received from one's family. And he's absolutely marvellous, both when we're doing the job of Prime Minister and during the campaign. He's been terrific.
I liked her. She irritated me like anything, a lot of the time, but I liked her.
I think the big thing about Margaret Thatcher is that she did what she believed was right. You know, so often in this day and age, people say and do what they think they should do for popularity, but she did what she believed for this country.
While her record will likely remain contested, as it surely does for all major political figures, her passion for office and conviction in what she believed was never in any doubt.
No, I don't have a lot of time, but then this is the most absorbing job in the world. It's the most fascinating job in the world, and it's just an immense privilege to do it.
There are those who say our nation no longer has the stomach for the fight. I think I know our people, and I know they do.
Becky Anderson, CNN, Grantham.